Welcome back to another Ball Logic podcast. This is the preview show. I'm the Mattrix. I'm here with Flanders. Mate, how are you today? What's going on?
Mate, I'm killing it. I had a good day one to the week, and I'm keen to back it up and have a good day two there, mate. Would you mind telling me what jersey you've got on there? I'm unfamiliar with it. I need some understanding here.
It's a Nathan Sobey Yosemite Sam Bullets jersey, and one of my work colleagues, I hope it's been washed. Probably found it on Marketplace by the looks of it. But look, mate, it's looking fresh. I'm feeling it. I've got my own local league. I probably take as many ill-advised shots as Nathan Sobey when I play. So yeah, look, I can get around it.
Can we call you Jordan Poole if that's the case? Because that's a good one, I reckon.
Oh, when I was doing the NBL show, quite often people would say, like, they'd be like, how did you play tonight? And I'd be like, have you ever seen a poor shooting night from Jared Bayless? It was a little bit like that. That was one that come up quite regularly. So
that is bad, mate. That is bad. We are going to kick into some preview stuff, are we?
He's heating up.
Mate, there's the 5 games tomorrow, and
Six.
Six. Yeah, sorry, counting's never been my strong suit. That's why I don't play in points leagues. But let's head into, you know what? It's the first one on mine because I've favoured the Grizzlies on the ESPN thing, and it's Grizzlies versus the Spurs. Grizzlies currently suck. Spurs missing Victor Wembanyama. I would still call them the Victor Spurs because I'm sure they're going to win this one. But I have been adding Luke Kornett in every single league I've been able to get my hands on him since the news that Victor Wembanyama is going to miss the next couple weeks.
Yeah, he's that's big news. No, Wemby has killed a lot of teams. I'm thankful that I think in the $100 league, I am going to be all good because the guy I'm playing has Wemby. It's the only thing that saved me. So I'm a big fan of that. But hopefully Big Wemby makes his way back pretty good. But yeah, I think Luke Kornett's a good ad there. I think Devin Vassell will going to be used there. We still have no Stephon Castle for tomorrow. He is still listed as out there. But I reckon we're going to be seeing a bit of the De'Aaron Fox show, playing a bit of second fiddle to Wemby. He's got back in, had a few games now. It's going to be his team to run now. So it'd be very interesting to see how De'Aaron Fox goes. And I reckon Harrison Barnes is going to just be dropping it from 3 and just doing Harrison Barnes things.
Did you watch the last game? Jeremy Sohan was stroking it from 3, which is something that I never thought that I would say in a sentence.
I didn't want you to say stroking it like that again, but sure.
He was stroking it. He was hot. He'd been playing like 13 minutes a night, stroked in, got 22, and was absolutely king shit out there against the Sacramento Kings. So, look, I need to see a little bit more from Jeremy Sohan, but we know he fills the stat sheet. I understand why he has been added, getting that increase in minutes and working his way back. Now, we look at Memphis and Ja Morant's out. Yeah, Ja Morant's out. So, Vince Williams, mate, he has been taking the point guard responsibilities. Look, I thought it might have been a bit of Cam Spencer, but Vince Williams seems to be doing the job. It doesn't seem to be fantastic for Cedric Coward. Cedric Coward's been suffering since Ja Morant's been out, but Vince Williams, 3% rostered in Yahoo leagues. Honestly, when you have a look at TJ McConnell being 13% rostered, I think Vince Williams is a better ad at the moment.
Have you guys ever heard of balancing your injuries out over, both ends of the court? Because you guys had no front court to start the year, and you got your front court back, and you're like, who cares? We don't need a back court anymore.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's fine. Look, I like draft picks, so this is going to be really good for us going forward. No, it's
Everyone that hasn't seen the list here, we are missing Ty Jerome, Ja Morant, and Scottie Pippen Jr. It is absolute nightmare out there where I'm looking at a projected lineup here on one version that says a starting lineup of Cam Spencer, who at the start of the year was very much a who's that guy. So, he's something to keep an eye on.
He's a fourth string guy that you probably can nearly stream. I don't know, like Vince Williams is listed as a small forward, but he's been playing that point guard role. So, yeah, look, 5 assists in his last game, 27 minutes. With Jar out, he's played 24 minutes, 25 minutes, and 27 minutes. So, look, he is probably the ad there. Zach Edey should be rostered. Honestly, Zach Edey's probably a buy low as well. He come out and looked great, despite them limiting his minutes, doing the right thing, working himself back in through the G League. And he just makes Jaren Jackson Jr. look a lot better too. Jaren Jackson Jr., despite his size, despite his blocking ability, just gets in foul trouble playing that center role. So next to Zach Edey, looked elite again.
Big fan of that, mate. We want to kick on to the Warriors Magic one next, mate.
Yeah, up to Waz. They've been good. Of course, the Magic are missing a couple players, mate. And do you like my analogy? So you're not used to this.
Mate, this podcast is going from bad to worse the longer it keeps going, and I am all for it, mate. Big fan of this.
I haven't been drinking. I've got basketball tonight. That's the problem.
Sober Mattrix. Here is the problem. So on the Magic side, mate, we have no Paolo Banchero and we have a questionable Jalen Suggs here. Is it Franz Wagner season, or are we going to see a Desmond Bain season where Desi pops off, finally showing why they gave up 4 first-rounders for him?
Yeah, I mean, it should be. I think that he's a good glue guy anyway, even when he's not. But even when he's not the, I suppose, the man on a team. But look, I do think that you're going to get a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B from these guys. Look, your Tristan Da Silvas are probably one of your ads. When it comes to, even Wendell Carter Jr. has been a guy that I've seen on waiver wires in some shallower leagues, and he's been great. And probably the thing is, Paolo picks up a lot of rebounds from Wendell Carter Jr. I don't know if we're going to see as much of that from Da Silva. So, look, he's one to watch. I don't trust any of the point guards when it comes to Orlando. I didn't buy any stocks in Jalen Suggs. If I did have to throw a dart throw, I would say Anthony Black's been playing better than Ty Jones. But Ty Jones will just play better on one night, and then Anthony Black will play 10 minutes and rinse, repeat when it comes to this Orlando team.
Exactly. Big fan of that call there, mate. The only other guy that is worth it, if you're looking for some blocks there, is Goga Batadze. He always gets out there some days and picks up a couple of blocks. So a nice guy there that did a nice cover for them last year as well.
Dick Richard looks like he might get the start in Golden State. And Moses Moody had 21 points in the first half the other day and then went to shit. You saw our Ball Logic chat. And it's like, have a look at how amazing this guy is. Imagine how bad he's going to have to be in the next game to even out the good with the bad, like Moses Moody usually does. And he did it all in one game, which is really impressive from Moses.
It really is. It's just like very Kyle Kuzma-esque. You know, you can put up a big night, but the next one's gone. Drop him straight away.
I don't think you have a thing for Kyle Kuzma. You bring him up on every pod, man. But,
I am not a big fan of Kyle Kuzma.
I'm not bringing him up, but...
Who else have we got out here? Buddy Hield is listed as probable. We still have no Jonathan Kuminga there. I still reckon, probably the best option there is going to be a Will Richard there. Pajemski does kick around a bit on a few waiver wires, so he's likely to still keep some big minutes there as well.
I think he's better than Dick Richard. I do think that Pods is a better ad than Will, so...
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. He'll often fill a stat sheet a bit better as well there. And just make sure Al Horford hasn't played in the last 7 to 10 business days to make sure he's going to play again. We should be all good. He played on the 16th last, so we will be all good to see a bit of Al Horford out there too, so somebody worth looking at. Should we go over and have a chat about Braino's Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah, we can have a chat about the Hawks, and they've got a lot of guys questionable. Obviously, Zachary Ricochet took that hefty fall the other day. Trae Young's out, so I'm seeing from Nick Alexander Walker, and look, Jalen Johnson has been on an absolute tear. I do think if Kristaps Porzingis or Ricochet sort of start to miss games. You could look at a Mo Gay, you could look at a Vic Clichy. Vic Clichy's been a great streamer for threes, and somebody that I kind of added maybe a week ago. I was really flipping a coin between Luke Kennard and Vic Clichy, and why Kennard's probably better to get you the odd assists. Clichy's just kind of been on a little bit of a tear for a guy that, honestly, a few weeks ago, I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Heat last year as well. So far this year and in his last few games, he's gone 2, 8, 3, 6, and 1 for 3-point makes there as well. He does put up a few boards as well, getting a fair few games of threes, and 2, 3, or 4 assists there. He had a game where he got 3 steals as well. So some days this man is that guy. No need to question that there as well. Again, still no Trae Young. And it'd be interesting to see what they do with Paul Porzingis as well. On the other side of the card here, mate, we have Detroit on a back-to-back. Is there anything interesting here that you see going on?
Well, Cade didn't play today, so he won't play. Well, he might play tomorrow, just depending what they do. Asar's been questionable for a few days now. Look, draw a line through Paul Reed, B-ball Paul. He won't be doing that much with Jalen Duren back in the starting lineup, but an ad every time he's not. If Asar's out, I like Ron Holland. Chris LeVert doesn't inspire a lot into me in his 18 to 20 minutes. But if you do get news that Cade's out, Denise Jenkins has been doing his best. So, hey, I put a lot of people off him in Supercoach because Cade was questionable and he didn't play today and Denise was great. But I do, if you have a look back to when Cade didn't play, he played 3 minutes, he played 0 minutes, he honestly played 6 minutes in 5-6 games. So, look, Javonte Green is the backup. Maybe Denise Jenkins has played himself into some minutes, but Cade's also, when he can, get to play 37, 39 minutes.
Yep, exactly. Denise Jenkins has had, I can see 3 games here, 5 minutes or less. And that is this year. So something to be aware of there. If Cade is in, I am dropping Denise Jenkins. If he's out, I am buying all my Denise Jenkins stocks. We will tear into Boston versus Brooklyn, mate.
Can I tell you that yesterday I was crook and I actually watched the Brooklyn Wizards game. And I tell you what, I wish I went to work.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. I've actually been on a little bit of when I've been punting, I've been betting on Igor Djorman's points a lot.
I've seen that.
Because I'm a true degenerate. But his minutes have been increasing, and he is a guy that I have been watching on a bad team. I just think that, when push comes to shove, Terrence Mann is taking over the point guard duties and they're spreading out. Michael Porter Jr. has been scoring a lot of points in a bad team. Noah Clowney should be added, and that's all I want to talk about with Brooklyn.
Do you know that Michael Porter Jr. nearly triple-doubled in 2 back-to-back games here? He went 34, 9, and 7, and the game before was 24, 11, and 7. He put up 7 assists in back-to-back games. This is not Michael Porter Jr. anymore. Who's the imposter?
I actually saw him pass it to somebody, and they did. It might have been Noah Clowney, and he didn't shoot, and he gave them a spray for not shooting straight away. So I really like that from Michael Porter Jr. I like his do first attitude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get me the assist because if I'm passing it, I want a stat to register for it. Yeah.
Derek White has played himself back into the top 40, and he's been really good his last couple games. Also, Peyton Pritchard, I wasn't 100% sure that I saw where he was getting drafted reflecting value, but after a couple 30-point games and him being on an absolute tear, last game I think we saw Jaylen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, and Derek White all in the 20s with not a lot coming from elsewhere because, of course, they're pretty good defensively, despite that you could maybe try to buy some of these guys from Boston. I'm not worried about shutdown with this 7-7, the way they've been going. They've been going well enough to maybe play playoffs this year. So, look, Josh Minot experiments over, and Jordan Walsh is taking the role. If you need stocks, you can get him, but there's not much else I see from that Boston bench, is there?
Not really. Anthony Simons had a shocker the other day. So if by the same theory, then I'd buy into it because the law of averages says he's going to go off. But he's going to go off and give you threes and points, and that's about it. So if you're looking to stream that, that is about it there. Other than that, that's probably about it. I think Boston is very much what's on the tin. So there's nothing that's really going to pop up there unless you see somebody injured from that starting lineup. Then you might see something a bit interesting pop up. But we're not expecting that for tomorrow's games.
No, let's head over to Salt Lake City, a place that I don't like to frequent. But look, neither did Ace Bailey. He wasn't very interested in going there, but they're playing the Lakers, and Ace Bailey probably is an ad. And don't be disheartened by seeing that 10 minutes. That was just a rookie getting fouled out really, really quickly the other day. So I do actually find there's some guys in Utah that interest me. Your Filipowskis, your Hendricks, Svi Mikhailuk. I practiced that in the mirror the other day, mate. It's really good. And it's about how you roll through the back of the tongue when I was looking at it.
Svi. Mikhailuk.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping that Horse takes that on board as well. In practicing some of the pronunciation of some of the players.
I do. I think the viewers appreciate our pronunciation of his name for a good 30 to 45 seconds there.
Yeah, and Yusuf Nurkic is, of course, needs to be rostered in every single league. But yeah, look, I'm just interested in maybe a Sensible and a Hendricks and a Filipowski. Like, I am seeing like a bit of a struggle between these guys as to who's sort of getting those minutes. And Ace Bailey has stepped it up. But yeah, look, I see this team probably taking a different shape in a couple of weeks. So look, those are the guys that I'm watching.
Do you know who I'm buying into?
Who?
Isaiah Collier. I love streaming some assists, and he does take away from Keontae George, and I'm a big Keontae George owner. I did sell him in one league at the start of the year before the season, and it hurt the soul. But in recent games, Isaiah Collier has had some good minutes here. He only had one game sub 25 minutes here. His last lots of assists were 3, 7, 11, 7, and 9. He is proving to stream pretty well here, 7.4 on the average so far this year. He gave us 6.3 last year. So if you are looking to stream some assists there, I don't mind Isaiah Collier, but he is flying off some waiver wires. So do beware.
Marcus Smart has actually been, pretty decent and providing 12-team value at the moment. So look, 100%, like he's not like the steals guy that he used to be, but just that 3-and-D guy that's soaking up a lot of minutes. Of course, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves usage is through the roof. But Marcus Smart just seems to be a guy that, Luka called him, wanted him on his team, and he's soaking up those minutes. I've got a bit in Rui Hachimura stocks. He's just, going to hit some threes and score some points. But look, I'm not interested in basically anybody off the bench here.
No, I think these guys are very much what you see there. Don't kick yourself if you miss somebody. If Jake LaRavia comes out and drops 30 again, don't stress. No one ever expects that to happen there. But yeah, if you are looking for steals, Marcus Smart is averaging 2.2 on the year there, heavily weighted by a game where he put up a 7, but still, nonetheless, he is proving that he is still that guy. And so far this year has only had one game by my end here where he hasn't had a steal. So if you're streaming steals, I don't mind buying into a bit of Marcus Smart.
I was wrong on that. I looked at a couple of days ago and I was like, this guy's not getting any steals, but that was obviously before his 7-steal game. Portland.
Yeah. Portland.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks dropped 34 points last game. And he got dropped due to not being there. And now he's back. Now we're starting to see Ryan Dunn getting a few extra minutes with Grayson Allen injured at the moment. Colin Gillespie was great in the last game. Like, Grayson Allen was getting a lot of usage and getting a lot of shots. And now that that's getting spread around a little bit more, Phoenix has intrigued me a little bit. And Jalen Green, of course, is a high usage guy as well. You've got Grayson Allen, you've got Jalen Green out. Jalen Green's out for like 6 weeks again now. Like,
I mean, 8-10.
Oh yeah, there's opportunity here.
I didn't think I'd ever say this to myself, let alone on a podcast, but I'm buying Dylan Brooks stocks only because the usage has got to go somewhere. Book can't take all of it. There's no Grayson Allen at the moment, no Jalen Green for the foreseeable future. And I expected the key usage to be spread between Book, Green, and Mark Williams was my expectation initially. Mark Williams is only averaging 11.4 points. So I am keen to – it's got to go somewhere, and Dylan Brooks is proving that he come from the same team as Jalen Green and knows how to shoot it like Jalen Green and is just jacking shots. So if you've punted field goal percentage, I don't mind Dylan Brooks play.
Dylan Brooks has never seen a shot that he doesn't like, so I can definitely get around it. Of course, he's an absolute pest. I loved watching him get elbowed the other day by provoking that player. That was good. That's what I look like on the basketball court.
Unlike Marcus Smart, he hasn't had a game where he hasn't had a steal. So he's averaging 2 steals a game. This guy's 22, 3, and 2 with 2 steals. I don't mind that. I'm happy to buy into that value, and I think the role sticks for 8-10 weeks while there's no Jalen Green.
No, I can get around it. I was really impressed with Shaden Sharp the other night in that 36-point game. He was unreal. Like Jeremy Grant as well. Like, could this guy be the 6th man of the year? I've been disappointed in Donovan Clingan. Of course, Drew Holiday is doubtful, so it looks like he's still going to be out. But is there anybody you've kind of been looking at off the bench for Portland?
Not really. The time machine's getting a bit more of usage here, but like I don't think I'd ever really want to touch that. You're getting some rebounds, some steals, some blocks out of Rob Williams, but other than that, the rest of it's pretty yucky here. Drew Holiday's still doubtful. The only other name that I ever remotely look at is Matisse Thybulle, and that's if I'm chasing purely steals and steals only. But yeah, Jeremy Grant is a guy that I am a bit of a fan on there. I don't think Tamani Kamara will be floating around many places there, but yeah, 12, 5, and 3 with a steal there and half a block. So other than that, I think the Blazers are what they are, and they're proving to be pretty well. 6 and 7, I thought they would have been better.
I think this team's probably pretty top heavy, and if you could probably pry Tamani Kamara out of some people's hands that are a bit disappointed, but I still think there's plenty of value there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a big fan of seeing what is out there here. I'm just seeing if anybody here is of low enough rostered that really intrigues me here. No, there is absolutely nothing here. Jeremy Grant at 39%, Tamani Kamara at 42%. Everyone else is 65 plus. So, yeah, I think it's very top heavy there. After you get past Jeremy Grant, you're into Scoot. Someone's rostered Dame for some reason, and then Young Hanson at 3%. So, just incredibly top heavy.
Guys, that about wraps us up. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. Just remember, just before this one, we've done our recap. So if you're looking for a regular recap show, press rewind and go back to the episode before. But thanks, Flanders. You've listened to a Ball Logic podcast.
Thanks, guys.